The first generation Audi A5 is a very well-rounded vehicle, offering a blend of technology, comfort, luxury, and space. Ever since its coupe debut back in 2008, it has now earned a cabriolet and sportback variants, and I'm going to show you why the first generation Audi A5 is one of the best well-rounded daily drivers you can have. Now, let's go ahead and get on to the review. Now the key to this A5 consists of every other Audi model from this era. Your top button for lock, your middle button for trunk, your third button for unlock, and your panic button. So now let's unlock the A5. Now if you leave your headlights to the auto position, upon entry of your vehicle, your daytime running lights and fog lights and part of your taillights do all come on. Now this Audi comes with Audi Advanced Key. If you put your hand behind the door handle, the vehicle will unlock. To lock, there's a square sensor on the door handle, and that will allow the vehicle to lock. When opening the door to the A5, it does sound very solid and has a heavy feel. At first impression, the interior of the A5 is really good, with high quality plastics, elegant leather, and nice thought out aluminum trim. Now to start the A5, you just need to keep your key in proximity to the vehicle, then be sure to press the clutch and make sure the vehicle is in neutral since this is a 6-speed manual. Then push the silver accented console mounted button to start. Or you can start it up the other way by inserting your key fob, pushing and holding it down. Now let's check out our exterior. Let's turn on our headlights, our fog lights, our rear fog lights, and the hazards. As you see, this A5 is coated in a Daytona gray exterior. On your mirrors, you do have your LED indicators. And now, to your tire size, they are 245, 40, 18-inch Audi OEM rims riding on Continental Pure Contact. As you can see, you do have your high-intensity bi-xenon adaptive front headlights with your daytime running light LED strip with LED turn signal indicators. As you can see, you have your halogen fog lights and your Audi Signature's single frame grille. This car is subtly attractive, especially in a two-door variant. Now opening the gas cap, here it is. I believe it runs on premium fuel. Now onto the very rear, they are very elegant and attractive taillights. You can tell it's an Audi. They're LEDs. Now underneath the hood, you will have Audi Signature Turbo Fuel Stratified Injection, or just turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder, which produces 220 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque. Now your gas mileage gets 24 in the city and 32 on the highway, which is very adequate. Now the interior of this Audi does not disappoint, with nice brushed aluminum and nice plastics as said before. Your door handle, your locks, your memory seating, your window controls, and your mirrors. Some chrome accenting for your sills. You have your 14-way adjustable power driver's seat, your trunk release, and your door bin. Now shutting the door so we can shut off the dinger, you have your headlight controls right here and all your different functions. Your front and rear fog lights and your dimmer, your cruise control stock, your headlights, brights, turn signal stock, and your wiper stock. Now here are your gauges. They are backlit. Here's your helper screen in the middle. It's pretty basic. You have your time, your date, your mileage, etc. By pushing the mode button, you can configure with your audio stations. You have your phone and you can configure what type of audio you want, such as FM or AM. On your right of the steering wheel, you do have your cruise control functions, and this steering is very light. It's electric power steering. I can just turn this with a finger. It's really dull. Now, on your steering wheel, you do have nice chrome accenting with wood grain as well. Good sounding horn. Now onto your MMI system. It's actually really easy to use. It's controlled by this with various shortcut buttons around it. So let's go to car first, and you can configure. You can look at your vehicle settings and configure around the whole vehicle. You just push back as your shortcut button. You have your driver assist settings, like your speed warning, your parking aid, and your blind spot monitoring system, those kind of things. Now, going to your car, you have your air conditioning controls and your servicing and checks. You can look at your owner's manual and your history records. You have your telephone, Bluetooth capability, your info, which gives you some Audi Connect numbers, your navigation, which is actually a really good screen. It's not the best, but it's not the worst in this case. Now, here are your settings for your navigation. You have your map, your favorite destinations, your points of interest, and your last destinations. You can do a Google search, your media, your audio. You can control from FM, AM, and it shows your artist and your information, and your tone, such as your bass, your treble, your balance, and that sort of stuff. Now onto your main dash, you do have 2 air vents, your Audi Symphony multimedia system. It's a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen 505 watts. Here we have our traction control setting, and you have your 3-way heated seats. And if you adjust your temperature, it will show up on your display. You have your air conditioning button, your auto function, your front defrost, your air speed, your air circulation, your rear defrost, and it's pretty much the same as the driver controls on your passenger side. Your hazard switch, your ashtray, your cigarette lighter outlet, your parking brake, your start-stop button, and all your shortcut buttons for your MMI joystick. Your entertainment volume knob right there. And onto your transmission, it's a 6-speed manual. It feels really rather decent and solid, as I should say. It doesn't feel sloppy in between the gears when you're shifting. It feels really good. You have a nice design of the shift knob, and the knob overall feels really good in your hand. Now to shift into reverse, you have to push down, left, and all the way up. And once you do, you get a backup camera with guidance lines. And when you turn the steering wheel, the lines turn as well. You have parking sensors as well. Now here you have your 2 cup holders with your small center console, which is acceptable. Here you have your auto dimming rearview mirror, your dome lights, and your sunroof. Now let's go ahead and move on to the rear seats. Now, to access your rear seat, you just pull on this lever, and you do have a pretty small passageway entering. And it's actually rather decent back here. It's 5'3", as said. You do get a lot of room and amenities. You do have cup holders, air ducts, your pockets. I could probably sit here for about a 6-hour-long journey. It's actually really spacious. You have nice armrests as well, and nice storage spaces here. It's like almost like a 4-door sedan, or like the A4. Now putting that back, let's move on to the trunk by just holding this, and your lights do flash. And as you can see, it's a pretty adequate amount of trunk space. Here you can fold your seats down. Now opening the passenger side door, You do have your 8-way adjustable power seats, your door bin, your lock controls, and your felt and damp glove box. Now shutting the door. And I think we've concluded a review of the A5. Now let's get on to my conclusion. Now the Audi A5 Coupe is a very well-rounded vehicle, offering lots of technology, comfort, and space, and even a stick shift for Audi purists. This is a fantastic car, and as much as I don't really love the Audi brand name, this is something that I like. Now, if I was going to recommend a German luxury sports compact coupe, I would say go with the 4-Ring brand. Now, thank you for watching. Please stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and goodbye.